Good afternoon.
Welcome to the Must Love Yarn podcast.
As always, we're in rare form.
It could be an interesting ride today.
We'll do our best, and it looks like it's going to start storming out, and there's sirens going by,
Yeah,
so wow.
Just another day in Shelburne, Vermont. And this, are we going to be nostalgic? This is our last podcast
From this location.
Mm-hmm. Sorry,
It
some
is
of you
true.
just freaked out and thought we weren't podcasting anymore, didn't you?
Or they thought we were closing the store if they haven't
Yeah.
been staying up with us, but
That's
we're not.
true. We're not.
None of those things are happening.
None of them are true.
We will be back podcasting again
Next week
next week.
from the new location.
That's correct.
We are super excited.
We're moving Monday and Tuesday.
Yes.
The 7th and the 8th, which
Oh, wait. This is a knitting podcast.
and
yes.
it's the Must Love Yarn podcast.
And it's the Must Love Yarn podcast.
From our yarn store in Shelburne, Vermont.
Yes. And I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly. And we do things backwards most of the time.
Yeah.
It's like Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
Upside down, backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someday we'll be teeny tiny or giants.
That's right. So you can find the store, Must Love Yarn, on all of the social media platforms as Must Love Yarn. Because we scored big
Yeah.
and got it across the board.
Yeah, we do.
URLs,
Yep.
Facebook,
Instagram.
Instagram,
Ravelry.
everywhere.
We've got our
Periscope, Must Love
Ravelry
Yarn,
group.
Twitter. You know, it's all good.
Sweet. And you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins. And I'm on Instagram as Kelly O Spins because I couldn't get my Kelly Spins. Although it's funny, I would have assumed that the other Kelly Spins was maybe like, the spinning, the cyclist type spinning. But I went and looked at her profile and she's not. She's like a knitter spinner type
cool.
thing. So, but anyway, I'm Kelly O Spins on Instagram if you want to follow me on Instagram.
And you can find me on both Ravelry and Instagram as Junior Bird Kid.
Fabulous.
So, and a few other places. I think I still have like an old Flickr account.
Oh, I do too, but mine's from like an old username from when I was living over in the Adirondacks.
Yeah.
So what's
anyway.
today? Today's August 3rd.
It is
Oh
the
my
3rd.
God, it's August.
I don't even know how it got to be August. I don't know where July went.
I don't either, but I'm kind of at that stage where we've had such a kind of crummy summer.
Yeah.
Like rain and humidity and
blaze.
insects. Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
God, mosquitoes.
The mosquitoes will like carry you away. They've been horrible.
Yeah.
And then the deer fly decided to come back because they're usually only around for like 2 or 3 weeks, and now they've come back.
And the no-see-ums have come back too. They
And the black flies.
earlier, and then they left, and now they're back again. And I'm like, what is going on?
I know, it's ridiculous. Like you go outside, I literally take my dogs out like first thing in the morning and last thing at night. I will put my raincoat on with the hood up
Oh my God.
so that I don't get eaten, because I get really bad reactions to like mosquito bites. Like
Oh, yeah.
they get just and like
Yeah.
blow up, and it's ridiculous.
Man.
So a lot of times my husband, I always do the morning chores because I go out and feed the horse and the chickens and then take care of the dogs and stuff. But at night, like the last thing at night, a lot of times he'll take the dogs out because if I go out, I'll just be like plastered with the little suckers.
Yeah, and I mean we tend to use like kinder, gentler
Yeah.
mosquito repellents. We've got some that are like essential oils based.
Yeah.
They work pretty well.
Yeah.
But the mosquitoes are so bad. Like mosquitoes don't even care this
I
year
know.
about that kind of stuff. They're
Well,
just like, I'm gonna eat you anyway.
I'm so bad about it because I'm like, oh, I'm just going out for like 15 minutes, so I don't like put anything on.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So I just like wear layers and I'm like sweating to death. Because it'll
yeah,
be
you
like
would be,
85 degrees and I've got my raincoat on.
Yeah.
But whatever. Keeps
Yeah.
them off of me, so it makes me happy.
Yes. And our condolences to all of you who live in the Pacific Northwest right now, because I understand it is crazy hot there, like
Yes.
100, 110, 115-ish.
Yeah.
So
And some of the southern states, they've been getting
hammered too.
by it too.
So it's like
and then the
everybody.
tropical storm is going through Florida. Oh my gosh. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
I think everywhere
Yeah.
this summer. It's been just like a bizarre summer. So
really weird.
It
So yes, I guess getting back on track, the store's moving. So the store will be closed Monday and Tuesday, the 7th and the 8th, while we move and relocate. So no, it's probably safe to say that online orders probably aren't even going to get processed during that time. Though
It depends on
Comcast.
well, that too, yeah, our internet. But it'll also depend a little bit on how long it takes the movers to move everything, and then once it's over there, and just having access to it, because it's not even about like packaging it up and like getting it out.
Yeah.
It's whether we can
Find it,
get access to it.
what we need.
So the movers are great because what they're going to do is they're actually going to shrink wrap our shelves.
Move the product in place.
Yeah, so we won't have to actually pack all of the yarn that's on the shelves right now. They're just going to shrink wrap that, which is going to be huge. So we just have to pack the stuff that's on top, and then we've got a lot of like the slat wall. So we've got yarn and needles and notions and stuff. So we're going to come in and get that done before the movers come, and get all that stuff packed up.
Yep.
But that's going to save us so much time not having to pack all of the stuff on the shelves.
Yeah, that would be.
And we can kind of direct them and have them kind of put everything
where it needs to go at the new
mostly
place.
where it's going.
Yeah.
We might have to shift a few things around, but for the
we're
most
probably
part,
gonna be moving a few things, but should be good.
Yeah.
So you have at least one finished object.
I have just one finished object, but it's a good big one that I've been wanting to get done. And if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this because I did post it. And it is my flax light fade that I did. And I'm not wearing it today because it's
too hot.
It's pretty hot and humid. It's not as hot as it has been, and there's actually a really nice breeze, but we're actually going to get some thunderstorms soon, I think.
Yeah.
So it's done. It is done, and it is, look at that crazy. Look at that.
It's your lightning bolt.
I know, it is.
You're like the Flash.
So it is
Kelly the Flash.
Right. So I think I've talked about it a little bit. So it's longer than I had intended for it to be, but it's fine because, I would style it differently with what I wear it with and things like that. And because of how I'm going to now be wearing it, I'll probably wear it with like skinny jeans or leggings or something. I'm not really a leggings type person.
Shirt,
I've got a really cute denim pencil skirt that I wear quite a bit. So I wear it with that or some skinny jeans and boots for this fall. And so because how I would wear it and what I would wear it with, I decided to make the sleeves short sleeve.
Okay.
And I'm the kind of person I would wear a long sleeve shirt under even sweaters that have short sleeves anyway. So I decided, so when I was doing the first sleeve, I got this first sleeve all done and I did it all in this peach color. And I started to do the second one and I looked at it and like, there's no way that I'm going to have enough yarn left, and I weighed it and I wasn't going to. So what I ended up doing is I pulled out the cuff on the first one and decided to do most of the ribbing in the third color, which is a fiber stash yarn. And then I did the last row and the bind off row in the fourth color, which is a Peggy Jane Fibers yarn. So I'll get close so you can see. So that's how it came out.
So you just are bringing those other colors to
Yeah,
the sleeves.
just pulling them into the sleeves, which is good. And it looks pretty cute on. I was happy with it.
Yeah, it did look nice.
So that is it. It's done. It's done. And I just have to wait for it to cool down before I get. Even though it is short sleeve and it's lighter weight, it's still
hot.
It's still warm enough. If it was like 70 in the 70s, I would be fine wearing it because I a lot of times will wear like long sleeves when it's 70, lower 70s, and people are like, "Aren't you hot?" I'm like, "No." So yeah, it's funny. I like my temperature wise, like can vary so much. Like sometimes it can be like 75 and I'll be really, really hot, but other times I don't know. I think it depends on the time of year. Like when it starts getting fall and you have the really cool mornings, and then it could warm up to like 75 or even up to 80 sometimes, like September. Even though it does that, like I'm not hot on those days, but I think some of it's because the humidity's not as much in the fall.
Exactly.
So anyway, I know I'm bizarre. It's okay. I accept it.
So I had a finished object as well. but I totally forgot to bring it.
Uh-oh.
And I guess it's mostly done. It's the Patriots hat that I was working on last time. It is finished, and it does need a pom-pom, and I haven't done the pom-pom yet. But William absconded with it, so I'm actually not even sure. I think I know where it is. I think it's in his cubby, his hat cubby.
That's really funny. Well, it must be he likes it then. No.
Yeah, he does. He does. It's just not hat wearing weather right now. Yeah. It's too hot.
Well, I didn't know if he ran off with it because he wanted to wear it right away.
He did, but it was like 90 degrees when I finished it, so he put it on and he was like, I'm hot. Well, yeah, it's 90 degrees out. But he was asking for the giant pom-pom, so I need to do the pom-pom, and then I guess I can bring it on and show it again as a finished object.
So her son is 6.
He's 6.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little wild man.
Yeah.
He's good entertainment.
He is. He's a good kid.
He cracks me up.
He's pretty funny. So that was my finished object. And my fade. I'm so cool.
I know. I saw you posted on Instagram, and you had one sleeve done.
Yeah.
And you're doing like what, 3/4?
Yeah, a little bit longer than 3/4.
Sleeve?
So close, you guys.
So are they gonna be like mid forearm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have one sleeve done, and here's where I am with the second sleeve.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I'm like 20 to 40 rows away from being totally done.
20 to 40.
20 to 40.
Maybe 60 or 80.
Maybe 80. So there we are.
It is so gorgeous.
Thank you.
Love it.
And then I have to weave in all the ends because I have not woven in one single end on this yet. And then it needs a bath. It might actually get a bath first before I weave in any ends. But if things go well, it is possible it will be done for next week's podcast. And now I've just jinxed myself in some fashion.
I did wash mine, but I didn't really block it much. I pretty much just laid it out and let it dry.
That's what this one needs. It's where you do the color melding. Some of those stitches just need to be smoothed out a little bit.
Yeah, I beat mine up a little bit when it was because it's all superwash. So when I had it in the water, I just kind of swirled it around a little, and you can with superwash in it.
Mine is not all superwash.
So you better not be swirling.
I can't do a lot of swirling, or I will have a felted confetti fade. So I mean, it's been great. It's taken me forever, and it's going to use almost all of the yarn.
Yeah, mine used quite a lot.
So,
well, the peach colorway, which is Melancholy. It's called Melancholy from Fiber Stash.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, I just, by the time I got the other sleeve done, I just had a wee bit left.
Yeah. So I've been working on that a whole bunch. I think the second sleeve's going faster because I have the sequencing done. So I had to keep track when I did the first sleeve of how many rows of each thing I did, so the second sleeve would match. So the second sleeve actually is going faster because I just
have those counts already.
I have the counts all done.
Yeah.
So that's good. I started a new pair of socks.
You did?
I did. Look, they're shorty socks.
Those are cool.
Reep.
Oh yeah.
This is One Twisted Tree in the Late Night Light Bright colorway, and if anybody's been watching the podcast for a while, you might recognize this yarn as the yarn that I knit the sock head hat with. So I'm hoping I have enough to do the second sock.
You could start the second one, leave the toe unfinished on this one.
That's what I was thinking
of doing. And then
do
some contrasting toes.
Yeah, where I was headed, I think.
Yeah.
I have another pair of shorty socks at home that's knit out of One Twisted Tree, so I might weigh one of them and see how much yardage it took, and then weigh what I have left here.
Yeah.
It's close. I probably am gonna have to do the toe in a different color. So
yeah. It's funny that you said that because I have quite a bit of this color left, So I was thinking, I don't think I could do a full pair of socks, but I'm pretty sure that I can do a shorty pair. And I've been wanting to, of course, now that summer's coming to a close.
I know, that's kind of...
but it doesn't matter. It's fine.
I wear mine year round.
I do too. So I really wanted to do a shorty pair of socks. I'm like, oh, that's perfect, because then I'll have, and this is such a fun, bright color. So it was funny. So Kelly, who's the dyer behind Peggy Jane Fibers, posted some pictures of some yarn she was dyeing the other day, and somebody's like, I sure hope that's for Must Love Yarn, because we're out of her yarn, completely out of her yarn. It's beautiful stuff. And so, and she's like, oh no, this isn't for them, but you know, and so I actually posted, I was like, yeah, you know, I was gonna get another order into you soon, but you know, I was just gonna kind of wait a little while and get back to you. And she's like, yeah, she's like, I can see, you know, with the big move coming up, she's like, I totally get it. So yeah, we're gonna restock on that, and we've got some other fun, exciting yarns that we've got coming in that I'm not gonna tell you about just yet.
You'll have to wait till they get here.
But when they do, oh my gosh, you guys, you are gonna flip your mind. Yeah, there's
awesome.
Some amazing indie dyers. And that's all I will say, is that we've got some more indie yarns coming in, and
super fun.
Yeah, you're gonna love it when we show them to you.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I know, me either. I'm so excited. Yeah,
So, and you've got, that is super cute. What are you working on there?
So this is super cute. So you guys haven't seen this at all, because I started this on, I think, Friday of last week. So it hasn't been quite a week that I've been working on this. And I have some upcoming babies to knit for. There's quite a few. Like all of a sudden, like, the babies are coming again. I gotta tuck in all these ends. I haven't woven in any of my ends yet. So I am knitting this so stinking cute little sweater, and it's on 16-inch needles on my high, so it's hard to show just how it looks. But look at that.
That is so cute.
So this is the I Heart Rainbows sweater from Tin Can Knits, and I'm using, this is all Wonderland yarns. They're Cheshire Cat.
Okay.
And the main color is a full skein, and then these are little mini skeins that I use, and I've got quite a bit left, so there's a little hat pattern that comes with this too. Yeah. So I might do a little hat pattern.
You could hold it double and do a Milo.
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah. So so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the scraps yet, but I probably will do a little hat to go with this. And just because I don't know who watches and who doesn't, I'm not going to say who this is for, but it's for one of the people who is expecting babies that I know. So anyway, yeah, so I've got a bunch of baby knitting to get done, which is fun because they're such fun. Yeah, this is only, you know, been a week's worth of knitting.
Yeah.
And I've been working on a few other things too, but so this is such fun. And I don't know all the names of the colors of these, because we have some of their, what they call coordinating assorted mini skein packs, where they just kind of throw some kind of odds and ends of the mini skeins together that coordinate. Yep. So they don't have a particular name, which are kind of fun. They're little grab bag kind of packs. So I put them together. So they're kind of like muted rainbows almost. Yeah. So I've got this kind of, it's almost an orangey red, and then kind of a orangey yellow, and then a pretty bright limey green, and then there's like this pretty turquoise, an eggplant color, and then brown is the last one that's in there. And then the background color, that one actually has a name, but I didn't write it down. It's on my project page, so I'll link to that in show notes. But this is kind of like a brownish gray, and I just love those together. When I started knitting it, I was just like, oh, that's so cute.
They're so great.
So the buttonholes are teeny tiny, so I have to see if we have any buttons here that are that small for it.
Little round pearl buttons might work, because you can actually fit those over a smaller buttonhole. That's
kind of what I'm thinking, maybe. And they're pretty close together, like between the rows. Yeah. So I didn't want them like, you know. See, there's a little one. There's one.
Oh, those little round. I think they're on the Welcome to the Flock sweater. Those will work for that.
So yeah, because I didn't want them like, you know, really tight together. Yeah. There they are. They're little. So it's just like 3 of them right here on the neck, because babies have giant heads.
They do.
So it makes them easier for dressing them.
Yes.
So this should be done before too long. So you have to do, for the size I'm doing, this is a 6 to 12 month size. I have to do 6 inches from the armhole, which the armhole's here. So I've got a couple inches in. But it's just all stockinette. So it's kind of like knitting socks. Kind of like knitting two socks at the same time for the size. And so I'm just going around and around. So you don't even have to pay attention. The only thing with this yarn is it's a 2-ply.
So you split it.
It's a little easier to split. It's not a super round yarn. So I have to be a little bit careful. And I actually have dropped a few stitches here and there that I've seen. I'm like, gotta go back and pick that up. But you notice it right away. So it's not bad. So
cool.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun. And I love the way the colors are playing together on this.
That does look, it's really neat.
And where the hearts are, they have you go up a needle size. So it's a little bit like, it's not even puckery. It's just, it changed the gauge a little bit. So I'm hoping that once I washed it, it'll kind of block out a little bit.
It does.
I think it will. It's just kind of like,
and if I had to guess, I would say they have you go up a needle size because a lot of people tend to be too tight when they do color work.
Yep. And I end up loosening up a little bit because I consciously do that. So it's probably, whatever. It'll work out. So, and it's cute no matter what. So, yeah. So that's kind of what one of the things in the last few days that I've been really concentrating on. Oh my gosh, you guys. So because those are mini skeins, I got so many ends, and there's 2 batches of them because you do the 2 sections of striping. So there's a lot of ends to weave in.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'll talk about this. I did do the jogless stripes, but I did the offset jogless stripes, which there are some good tutorials on YouTube that tell you how to do it. You do it the same way you would any jogless stripe. I did the one where you knit with your new color, and then you slip the stitch, the first stitch of that new color, so it pulls it up to do the jogless stripe. But then when you start, and then you knit your next round, because it's 2 rounds of striping. And then when you knit that second round, you would stop usually before that slip stitch, and that would be the first stitch you did that round. I actually knit that stitch and then start the new color on the next one. And then do the same thing. So each time, each color stripe gets bumped. So it looks like a little diagonal here, but as soon as I weave those ends in and tighten those stitches up, you're not going to see it at all. But whereas if you had stayed in a line and switched those colors, it would be more obvious because it's harder to get the tension just right. So when you're switching between colors the stripes are only 2 rounds, I like doing that so that it hides where that is. And this, of course, is going to be on the front shoulder side.
It's going to almost look like, if you can see it, it'll look like it's meant to be like an increased stitch almost.
Yeah, but once I tighten that up, I was actually playing with this tension a little bit on those, and I don't think you're going to end up seeing it hardly at all. So just a little tip if you guys are working in the round, doing jogless stripes, if you offset them by a stitch, then you won't have as hard of a break, a line there.
Yeah.
So your eye doesn't go to it as naturally for that. So just a little technique tip.
Cool. So I've been making some progress on my clockwork shawl. I don't know how I ended up with so many projects on the needles that are like giant. Notice I finished the one that was not giant, which is the hat.
Is so pretty though. My next work in progress that I show is going to be giant too. Ooh, that is so pretty, Ange.
So you're really starting to see the color contrast between these guys.
It's kind of cool because when you hold it back, like this section, you don't see the striping part as much. It just looks kind of like a really pretty speckly yarn. But then when you have these lines that come up through, that's really cool.
Thank you. It's been fun now that I've figured out the pattern repeats. Makes it go a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But as you can see, there's a considerable number of stitches.
There are
on the needles, and it's just going to get bigger because I'm increasing stitches all the time. So
that's gorgeous.
Thank you. It's fun, and it's easy to sort of pick up and put back down.
It's so funny because it is that the Malabrigo that you're using is making the Legacy Fiber Arts yarn that you're using like so much lighter, because if you see it in the skein,
pull it out in the skein. So this is what it looks like in the skein.
And that's even reading there. That's more, I think, like, because there's grays and pops of little black speckles and stuff. And knit up though with that lighter pastel-y teal color, it's really kind of mellowing it. It's interesting to see.
Yeah. It's been fun, and it's an interesting color combination. It's not one. I would say this like mint chocolate chip color is not one that I would normally gravitate to. But I was looking through my stash, last night or this morning, and I have a Tanis Fiber Arts skein in almost this exact green.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. So clearly I looked through my stash before I came in with buying yarn to make the next project.
I love that. I really love that. And it's funny because I'm like you, I don't really wear a lot of like lighter pastel-y colors.
I don't, but I think
that's
going to be
gorgeous.
Super fun.
I think so too.
I'm super excited.
I say that, and then, I mean, come on.
Yeah. So that one's trucking right along.
That's really, really pretty.
Because it's kind of a, it's not a super deep shawl.
Yeah.
But it does get really long.
Yeah. So. What's that one called again?
Clockwork.
That's Clockwork. Okay.
Clockwork, yeah. Okay. So one of Stephen West's earlier ones.
Yeah. He has a few that look similar to that. He'll kind of do almost collections that are very similar. Like he'll do, ones that are like that. And then, of course, when he's done his brioche and some of his modular ones, they look similar. So it's kind of neat to see the progression of his work. You can be like, oh, that's from that collection.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I think there's a couple others I'm kind of drawing a blank right now that are in that time period that he made that I've had my eye on as well, because it's definitely more of my design aesthetic. It's not to say some of his other current designs aren't gorgeous and beautiful. They're just, it's not
what you're drawn to immediately.
Not my style, per se.
Yeah. So I was working on Batad, which is kind of a shoulder cozy, kind of like a triangular, it's not even triangular, wrap that is joined basically at the points, which I don't even think I have it with me because I haven't been working on it, so I've decided not to bring it and show you because I really wanted to get this baby stuff done. But that being said, I did cast on another shawl / wrap, which if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen as well.
Yeah.
So I posted that a while ago that I had all these yarns lined up. I had 4 out of the 5 in my stash. Some of them were relatively newer acquisitions, but they've been in my stash for a little while anyway because I just really like the colors. But I decided to do the Hohe's Mystery Knit-Along wrap, but I didn't do it while it was the mystery, and I just printed out the last few pages, which are the pattern all as one, and it's the starting point wrap, and I am doing the 2 pieces concurrently, which I think most people did. So there she be. This is the bigger of the 2. There's the other one, which I haven't put the other ones on, but anyway, so there it is. Nice. So I am using this light pink is called Petal, and that is a fiber stash yarn, and this one actually you can't see it on here, but this is her Twinkle Toes base, which is a little bit of stellina in it, which is pretty. It's a nice soft pink. And then this gold color is called Liquid Gold, and it's Madeline Tosh Twist Light. And this variegated here is from the Skein of Thrones Club from Legacy Fiber Arts, and this is Hear Me Roar. And then this blue is Madeline Tosh Twist Light in the Dubrovnik colorway.
Okay.
Which I love this blue. This was a new color for spring or fall of this past year. I can't remember. But so we have a huge Madeline Tosh order that is
coming.
Hopefully going to be in early September. And both of those 2 colors are on that order again because they did so well, because they're just such lovely colors, and they're going to be great fall colors.
Absolutely.
So those are coming, and some of their new colors that they just they came out with this spring are going to be in that order too. There's some really cool ones. And then the last color is Vine Yarns, and this is her Volca base, which is the MCN Merino Nylon Cashmere base. Merino Cashmere Nylon, if I say it the MCN way. And this is Mexican Hot Chocolate. This is kind of like reddish color with some brown tones to it. And it's so funny because all of the colors were in the Legacy Fiber Arts yarn. And I as soon as I saw, I knew that the Brovnik and Liquid Gold that I had in my stash were going to work with it. And then I got to thinking, and I was pretty sure that I got this Mexican Hot Chocolate last year at Indie Untangled. I was like, oh, I do have that. And I was pretty sure that the color would work, and it did. And then there's a really soft pink in here. And so then we had this skein of the Legacy Fiber stash, not Legacy Fiber, in here. And this is the only one that I had to get when I decided to start it. And I love it because it uses so much yarn.
It's like the find your fade.
Yeah, so I mean it's going to be enormous, but I see myself like leaving this on. Actually, I wouldn't leave it on the back of my couch because my dog would they'd love it, and they probably decide that they need to play tug of war with it, so I wouldn't leave it on the back of my couch. However, it's going to be one of those pieces that like when I get home from a long day, if I just kind of feel like being cozy wrapping up in it, this is going to be kind of my go-to. It's almost going to be like a little throw. But yeah, I can see it. I'm going to wear this here to work and everywhere too. But it's just going to be one of those constant pieces that you keep reaching for, I have a feeling, because it's going to be so big and cozy. So that's been going well, and I've been really enjoying it, except for having to weave in all the ends, but that's okay. And I've been pretty good in weaving them in as I go. So I have this. I do usually a few rows, and then I weave in. So I've got just a few that I have to weave in on this one. So it's not bad. And the sections, I was looking at the pattern, and the sections get a little bit bigger from here on. So you're knitting, bigger chunks before you have to do some ends.
Yeah.
So it's fun, and I like changing the color, and I like that the pattern changes up too, because you have some twisted rib, and you've got some garter, you've got some eyelets, you've got a little bit of everything going on. So it's kind of fun.
Keeps your interest.
It keeps your interest, but the patterns are so easy that once you've done one row, if you have to repeat them, it's really easy. So I like that about it. It's really intuitive. There's a little bit of a lace section here, but it's nothing too mind-bending, so it's kind of fun and interesting, but at the same time relaxing. So
nice.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying it. So once I get some of these baby things done, I will get back to work on that. So do you have any more whip scissors?
No, those are all my whip scissors.
So I will quickly talk about some swatching issues, and I briefly mentioned this to Angela, but I didn't go into the whole saga because I knew she was going to have to listen to it if I went on and on and on the podcast about it. So
she spared me.
I did. So you can tune me out now if you'd like to. So Pom Pom, the last issue that they did, although their new one is coming out very, very soon, they did two different covers, and on the lighter cover is Anniversaire by Vera Valimaki, and this is the one that I had thought that I would probably like to do for my Rhinebeck sweater, and it's really, really pretty. It's that guy, and then on the back it has an asymmetrical offset, different cable, so it's really just gorgeous. So we got in this new yarn, it's Trendsetter Yarn, New York, and I saw this color and I fell in love with it. So there's the swatch that I did. It's really pretty. However, when I measured, this is blocked, when I measured it, my stitches per inch, I had more stitches per inch than what the pattern calls for. So I like this fabric. I think if I go up a needle size or two, I'm not going to like the fabric. I think it's going to be too open, and at the point where you cross cables, a lot of times can get like this little open space, which when I block this, those pretty much close right up. I will probably go up at least a needle size and knit a swatch on it just to rule out any you know,
Just to make sure.
just to make sure that I don't actually think I'll like it or want to make sure. Anyway, that didn't make any sense the way I said that. Probably all kinds of double negatives in there. Anyway, so I'm going to do that, but I think what I've decided to do, because Rhinebeck is only like 2.5 months away, frightening. I mean, it's exciting, but it's also frightening at the same time.
If you're going to knit a sweater.
If I'm going to knit a sweater that has this many cables in it, I have to know that the gauge is going to be right. So the other thing I could do is if I really like this fabric, this swatch, which I do, I could always do some math and figure out what size to make, because I'd have to go up some sizes because this is smaller, and do that. But because I don't want to like get part way in and figure out that it's not right or I'm not going to like it or whatever, what I'm going to do before Rhinebeck is I'm going to finish my braid hills, and that's going to be my Rhinebeck sweater.
Nice.
Because I've just got so many things going on, you know, with the move and with trying to get some other projects done for other people and things like that. I don't want to put that added stress on myself of trying to make sure this is right and do that. So, and braid hills is lovely, and because it's already on the needles, I'm like, you know what?
You're partway there.
It's stupid not to finish that as my Rhinebeck sweater.
Well, I was going to offer the helpful suggestion that you just pretend that you're me and just fly by the seat of your pants and wing it.
And not worry about my gauge.
Not worry about your gauge at all. It'll be fine.
It'll block out.
Totally block that out. So there is always option 3.
There is that option. Yeah, so, and I mean, the sweater, I'm pretty sure when I was looking at this, they do want you to knit it with like 4 to 6 inches of positive ease. Mm-hmm. So, you know, there is a little bit of room in there, but I do want to do another swatch with a bigger needle just to make sure, because this is a little bit of a thinner DK, but, you know, if I was just knitting it straight, I wouldn't mind going up an extra needle size, but because I'm doing the cables, I don't want them to not have that nice stitch definition. Yeah. And if I go up too many, the stitches are gonna start getting loose and looking a little wonky, I think.
It won't look as nice.
Exactly. So that's where I'm at with that, just to kind of give you guys an update on that. So if you don't hear me talking about anniversaire for a while, that's why.
That's why.
But I do have that yarn, and it is something that I want to tackle. It's just not something that I'm going to tackle before Rhinebeck.
So I think as soon as I finish this sleeve, the next sweater that I'm going to cast on was going to be Sunny Side, which is a cardigan that has cables sort of up the front and on the shoulder increases. That one, didn't you? Yep. So there's an adult version, and then there's also a baby version. So I think I'm going to be able to knit 2 sweaters, one for me and one for Abigail, who, if we all go to Rhinebeck, will go with me to Rhinebeck. But the baby one is in fingering weight, and the adult one is in worsted weight. So I had considered using a yarn like Malabrigo or you know, something where we could get like the same colorway in both. Yeah. But then I was like, you know, maybe I don't need to be that matchy-matchy. So I kind of went stash diving, and I found this in my stash.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Online Super Sock. And it's like a kind of like a purpley gray marbly marled color.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to start the kid version with this, and then get some sort of complementary color in worsted to knit mine out of. I think that's what I'm going to do. But we'll see how far I get.
We know some fabulous indie dyers. You could probably just knit a little swatch of that and send it to them and be like, please. Please.
But I need mine in worsted. Oh, yeah, Christy might be able to.
I think pretty much everybody that we know
is doing worsted weight.
Has either, they may not do them regularly, but a lot of them have worsted bases.
Because there's some, like, the other thing I was considering is grabbing the wool stock in, like, the dark charcoal gray, which I've been eyeballing for a really long time, because a charcoal gray would be a nice complementary.
It would be really pretty.
To this.
There's also that really pretty dark reddish purple color, which would be gorgeous too.
Yeah.
Although you may not want to do that because I think Jen is going to. So have you guys seen Veronica? The pattern Veronica. It's kind of it's almost like a blend of a sweater and a shrug. It's got like little slits and it's very loose fitting. It's supposed to have quite a lot of positive ease to it.
Okay.
And I think Jen's actually going to do it in that color. I've got to get it ordered for her.
The purpley.
The one that's back there is kind of reddish purple.
Yeah.
The one that's back there. So I think she's actually doing that color out of it, which will be really pretty.
Would be really pretty. But even like the lighter, I'm sorry. I know we've shown these wool stock colors, and we keep turning around, and they're off camera, so you can't quite see them. But even the middle-y gray brown, and I think there's another.
There's a really dark charcoal too.
But even the light gray would work with that color palette,
and you'd see the cables better
with it. So. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I think I need a smaller project before I dive back in. Even a worsted weight adult sweater is a lot of knitting.
Yeah.
So I need to do a little sweater first, just to take a small break, I think.
Yeah. No, I totally get that.
Yeah. And, then by next week, something shiny will have caught my eye and I will decide to knit something else. So, that's the way it goes.
Absolutely. Awesome. So I don't think I have any other upcoming. Well, that's not true. I've got the baby items that I've got that are going to be upcoming.
Yep.
But I haven't decided 100% on those. So you'll probably be seeing some baby knits before too long. Some other baby knits besides this little guy.
Awesome.
So that's pretty much it for me. And I don't have any acquisitions. I was very good. Except for the yarn. I mean, I did get the yarn for this. So, I mean, that's kind of an acquisition, but it's already in progress.
Really count.
Yeah, because I had a plan in mind, and it's going to somebody else, so it's not like it was even for me.
So I have a kind of acquisition. So this was purchased for my birthday. I may have sent my husband the link to the Etsy store, because otherwise I would have never ended up with this. So this is a project bag. It's from Darn Yarn MN, which is Minnesota, I'm assuming.
I would assume.
Minnesota. Yes, those are pieces of bacon. This is bacon fabric.
I like that she does the window.
Peekaboo window so you can see your project. And the back says, "Keep calm and eat bacon." I thought this bag was so hilarious.
It is hilarious.
How could I not buy or request this for my birthday?
And I like when you see through the window, you see your project, but she's finished it so well because she's got that same fabric that's on the back through all the way through.
Keep calm and eat bacon.
That's really funny.
Maybe that should be our show title. Keep calm and eat bacon.
Goes along with the other one that we had thought we might name it. We won't talk about that.
No. I might have got us a phone call from somewhere. Anyway, so that's my bacon bag.
Yeah. Cool.
And every time I see this, I think of that commercial, Bacon. You know, the one with the dog.
With the dog, or the bacon strip bacon ones.
Bacon.
That's really funny. That's funny. Sweet. So we talked about the moving sale a little bit.
Yep.
It goes through Sunday.
A few more days of that. And then we did mention the stores closed Monday and Tuesday as we pack up and move.
But we have not talked about our grand reopening that we're doing.
I don't think we had talked about details, but we did mention, I think we mentioned it.
Yeah, last episode we did, but we haven't talked about it yet today.
No.
Just to remind everybody. So August 19th, it's a Saturday. Obviously, the store's going to be open before then, but we're doing a big party just to celebrate our new space. And it'll be the 19th, and it's going to be in the afternoon.
And I promised snacks, so I better follow up with our caterer to make sure we have snacks.
That's right. We're going to have some tasty goodies. And yeah.
Green Mountain Spinner will be here. Did you say that already?
Nope, not yet.
Okay, all right.
There you go. Green Mountain Spinner is going to be here. They're going to be doing a trunk show, and they're going to be bringing some really cool yarns, some yarns that we don't carry. They actually have a line of yarns that they don't wholesale, and there's some really cool. They work with a dyer to do some kind of hand-painted yarns, some of their yarns, which is really neat. So they're going to bring a lot of those different yarns. So come on out and see what they have. They're going to put some kits together. They've got some new patterns that they're going to be releasing. So
Nice.
if that gets released on time, they're going to put some kits together for a gorgeous new pattern.
Awesome.
Which it's so nice. I love having it. If you love the piece, especially having it all kitted up and you just grab and go, add some needles and. So yeah, so come on out for that on August 19th. We'll have more details as time goes on.
Awesome.
And let you know about that. But
and we've got the Buster Rhinebeck in October.
that's right. Yeah. So if you want to join us for our trip to Rhinebeck, we have seats still available on the bus, and it's $75, and that includes a small breakfast and includes your bus ticket, obviously, and your entry into the fair. So, and we're going to be leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning and returning. The bus gets back about 9 o'clock at night. So it is a long day, but you don't have to do any of the driving.
Nope.
And
it's knitting time right there.
Lots of knitting time, 8 hours of knitting time. So it's about 4 hours down, about 4 hours back. And it's a lot of fun. It's so much fun and so much to see and do. I mean, there's the animals, the yarn, the fiber, the food, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit.
Lots of equipment. If you're a spinner, there's a lot of fiber prep equipment, spinning stuff, fleeces, weaving, really just kind of everything. So it's a lot of fun. And that is October 21st is the Saturday that we're headed down. Well, it's only Saturday and a Sunday, but so we're going the 21st, which is the Saturday, and we're taking a luxury coach down, so really comfy seats, Wi-Fi, the DVD players, bathroom on board, so all the creature comforts. So check that out on our website. We've got all the information up there, and I will link that in show notes if you want to take a peek at that.
Yep. So we have a couple of knit-alongs that have come to a close. We have some prizes to give out for those. So I think we'll start with the Spring into Summer Shawl knit-along, because that's what I have first. So we have 2 prizes that we're going to give away.
And conveniently enough, we had 2 finished object entries.
So everybody's a winner. It's kind of like, kindergarten soccer. Everybody's a winner. So we've got a skein of Araucania Ranco.
That's so pretty.
And the colorway 302.
It should probably, it might have a name. Sometimes I name them, sometimes I don't.
So it's a nice blue, pinky, kind of purpley, tealy kind of skein. And then a skein of Lisa Souza. This is a lace weight yarn. It's an extra fine merino silk blend. It's got 1,085 yards. Woo! Yeah, it's pretty good yardage on this. So somebody's going to be able to make a nice shawl out of this beautiful pesto colorway. So our 2 winners.
We used random. Well, for these we didn't have to use random number generator. For the next one, we did.
Yeah. So the Araucania is going to be going home with Marilee P. Marilee is local to us here, so congratulations, Marilee.
And thanks for knitting along. Your shawl was beautiful.
It is beautiful. So please feel free to stop by the store and pick this up. We'll have it here for you. Or
yeah, she comes to knit group, so
okay. So
we'll have it for you,
Marilee,
Marilee.
on Sunday. And our other skein that Lisa Souza is going to go to Serenity, who's Lori from Colorado.
Congratulations. And thank you for entering.
Yes. So Lori, if you would like to private message myself or Kelly with your address, we will get this in the mail to you.
Yes, we will. And your shawl was beautiful too.
Yes, they were
all beautiful. We saw little bits and pieces of other ones in progress that people didn't quite get
amazing
done,
too.
I know.
Yeah.
So, but those are the ones that were in the FO thread that were finished. So
those are the ones that win. Good prices. And then we had our Legacy Fiber Arts along. That one had a few more finished objects in it. So we random number generated. And our winner is Lyrical Soul, who is Donna. Right? Yeah,
yep.
Donna. Okay. I was
yep.
like,
and Donna lives
locally
too.
Also local to us.
I know.
I was like, did I just space on her name? Anyway, so she is the winner of the Winterfell colorway.
If it looks familiar.
It's because it's the same one that I'm knitting Clockwork out of. It was generously donated by Sue and Chelsea.
Thank you, ladies.
Fiber. Thank you so much. And so, Donna, your skein is here.
Yeah.
Waiting
Swing
for
on
you.
by and pick it up.
So, there we go.
Awesome.
Awesome. And I don't think we've opened
their
thread yet.
No.
But I think it's safe to say the Rhinebeck knit along or craft along, cable along.
Started
That's what we're
on
calling.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
The cable along.
It's the cable along.
Cable along.
Cable along. If it has a cable, it counts.
That's right.
It could be a sweater. It could be a shawl. It could be a hat. It could be fingerless mitts. It could be regular mitts. It could be a scarf. If it has a cable, it counts.
Cable along with us. Not everybody has time to get a whole sweater done.
No.
And I like looking at all of the knits that show up at Rhinebeck.
Yep.
So
I did start a bundle on our page called the Cable Along.
Feel free to add to it if you'd like.
Please add to it. Anybody who's a member of the Ravelry group can add patterns to it.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar, bundles are, you can go in and you can add patterns that kind of fit whatever. It's basically like a little folder, and you can dump in patterns that have cables in it. So if there's one that you're knitting that you think other people might like, go to that bundle, and then at the top it says, add pattern, or you can search by designer or pattern or whatever. So you just click there, and then you can put in the pattern and add it to the bundle.
Yep. So I've got 10 or so patterns in there now: hats, ponchos, sweaters. Yep. Just things that I was partially eyeballing, but also just ones that might appeal to kind of a wider range of folks.
Yeah,
so
and
check it out.
We'll keep dropping ones in there. And of course, if you want to do more than one, you're more than welcome to do that. And you'll get extra entries if we get to see pictures of you wearing them Rhinebeck weekend.
Yep. And we'll also give you extra entries if it's yarn that you've purchased here at the store.
Yep.
So it's not required to enter the knit along. And I think we're going to leave it open through October 22nd, which is the last day of Rhinebeck, just because many of us have...
Yeah. And if you're going down on the bus with us and you've got 8 hours, hey, you could bang out a hat.
You could, totally, and then enter the knit along. You could buy yarn at Rhinebeck and knit the hat on the way back and still enter it the next day on Sunday. Just saying.
Excellent.
Just saying.
Excellent.
I'm here to help.
Enabling at its best, right?
I know. It's amazing. So that's the current knit along. We'll get some threads opened up for that.
And then we probably got some yarn here that we'll give away as prizes.
I'll go stash diving again, which is where some of this stuff came from.
I know, we've both done that in the past. And we'll also probably do a little peeking around Rhinebeck, and maybe it'll be yarn, maybe it'll be something really cool that we see there.
Stitch markers. Yeah. There's lots of cool things down there. And if anybody who's watching has interest or wants to, donate up some prizes for this contest, let us know. Shoot us a private message.
Yeah. If you're a pattern designer and you want to get a pattern out there, or if you have a cable-y pattern that you want to recommend for people to knit,
throw in the bundle.
Know. We'd love to see it, hear it. If you're yarn dyer, if you're a stitch marker maker, if you're a project bag maker, whatever it is, we're more than happy to spread the word about your projects and pieces and whatnot, even if they're not ones that we carry in the store and you don't wholesale. We use those things too. Believe us, Ange and I are on Etsy all the time.
My list of favorite shops on Etsy is like ridiculous. I need to find a new way to categorize them because now it's like by when I add them. So then I have to remember like when did I add this shop.
I know mine are starting to get a little bit that way.
Out of control. Yeah, I blame Instagram.
Because then if I want to find one in particular, because the way Etsy does its searches, it's not always.
No, it's weird.
The way you would put it in, it's weird. But anyway.
It's what it is. So, well, I think that's all I have for now.
I know. I think that's all I have for now too. And we don't really have any other items, extra things. Some weeks we do, but we haven't really had any. And
we did want to show. We got a new.
Oh yeah, new color. The green.
Color of the Katia.
It's not a new one for them, but it's a new one that we brought into the store, which is really pretty.
Green to yellow.
Yeah, greens have been pretty hot lately, and yellow. I think yellow is going to be a big color for fall. A lot of people are.
And this is getting washed out by the light, but this is really more of a green yellow than a bright like neon yellow, which is kind of what's showing up on the screen.
But we've got some pretty new yellow yarns in here. Although we showed the symmetry in that pretty yellow. Yeah, that's really lovely. Yeah. But anyway, so that's a lot of our fall yarns are going to start showing up mid-August. So once we get settled in, we're going to have a lot of those new yarns rolling in, which is going to be fantastic. And once we do get those, we'll start showing those on the podcast because there's some really amazing fall yarns coming in. Yep. And we're going to do a new tour of the new space. So keep an eye out for that once we get settled.
It's one of these weeks.
It's going to be a little hectic for Ange.
Yeah, so we may have our weekly episode may be the new store tour.
Yeah. But we'll have a little something there for you.
We'll do something.
Yeah.
We have the technology.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I think we should probably sign off for today then, huh?
Yeah, I think that about sums it up, and hopefully I won't have any new guests on next time. But you never know.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
I probably will. Oh, the baby stuff. I will, because of the baby stuff. I have to. I have to. So thank you to everybody who's joined us this time, and to all of our returning viewers. We really appreciate you joining us again. Yes.
And if you're new, it's always like this.
And we love all of your comments and everything that you send to us.
Particularly, I'm sorry, but I blank your name. The person from Memphis who called us out on us complaining about how hot it was. You're right. You win.
Yeah, you win. Totally do.
I'm still gonna complain.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I live in Vermont.
I think it's in our nature. Yeah. We really enjoyed this season change here because. But yeah, and to any new viewers, thank you so much for joining us.
Stopping by.
We're glad to have you, and we've had quite a few new people join us in the last few weeks, which is fantastic. We love having all of you hanging out with us almost every week. No, we had a couple weeks. 1 week where we didn't last time.
Last week we had to take some.
But we definitely love having you join us, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
Yep.
So until then.
Until next week. From our new space.
Say goodbye to this old set.
Bye-bye, old set.
And we'll have a great new set for the next time.
Yes.
So,
all right.
Bye.
Bye. See, and I did manage to splice to put the first part as outtakes the last time.
Well, there you go.
So see, there you go. Because I can edit.
Nobody wants to look at my armpit.